Greetings! Welcome to my channel. I am Goddess Kyrra, and today is going to be a learning opportunity. An opportunity for you and myself to learn, to grow, to heal, and to really see multiple perspectives. So before I get into what we're going to talk about today, let me say this. There is no right or wrong. Everyone has their own truth. We all see differently. So to shut down one belief is to give reason for your belief to be shut down. So if we come with an open heart and an open mind and fresh eyes, we have an opportunity to grow, to evolve, to heal, to learn, and to love. So let's begin. There's a lot of sadness and fear that is causing a dis-ease in our world. There are people, there are places, there are things that are going through a dis-ease. And I'm using dis-ease like Dr. Sebi used dis-ease. Not in the form of you need to go see a doctor because you have a disease and it's a sickness and only man-made medicines can cure you, but instead a dis-ease, which means to have a disruption within yourself, within your body, within this vessel that your soul resides in, that your spirit resides in, and it infects certain parts of your body, pieces of you, right? And so this dis-ease can be seen worldwide through many different ways, right? Mental health, mental clarity, right? Violence, right? Supply and demand, food consumption, competitions, sports, the food industry. I've said that. It's very important, animals, nature. The dis-ease can be seen in all ways of life, right? And we are, as a people, as several different people, as we all come with our own things, and we attempt to come together to try and shift this dis-ease and replace this dis-ease, we are forgetting to heal the dis-ease. We are forgetting to cleanse the dis-ease. We are forgetting to release the waste of this dis-ease, right? I was reading this book and it was talking about vampires, and this vampire was explaining his transition, and he was just telling the reporter that it's not something you can really explain with words, right? It's more of a feeling. You have to feel it, right? Seeing is not the only form of believing at this point. This is something deeper than logic, deeper than science, something that we have to come back into ourselves, rearrange how we've been taught, rearrange what we believe, rearrange what was, and bring forth an opportunity, a blank space for something new. And as he was explaining this to the child, still referring to the vampire in the book, as he was explaining this to the child, which was also a reporter, he said through his transition, as he was transitioning, he was dying. And so that waste of his once alive body had to be ridden so that his new self could live, could thrive, could grow, could learn, could evolve, could love, right? So we must get rid of the old. We must release the waste. We must get rid of the dis-ease by reducing it through levels of healing, through levels of inner work, through levels of observation within ourselves first, before we can actually live in the life that we are creating. And that comes back full circle to the inner healing, the inner work. So Abraham Hicks said, if you do something about how you feel, then you can totally control how things turn out. A pretty simple quote, a pretty simple statement. If you do something about how you feel, you can totally control how things turn out. So there are many organizations and groups of people who have come together in this world to fight against global warming, to fight against poverty, to fight against starvation, right? To fight against mental health, to fight against violence and war and the political system. What do all these things have in common? The fight, the energy that is being put into things that people have seen the dis-ease and desire a change. But if we take what Abraham Hicks said and we try to apply it to these scenarios, we see that we are trying to control how things are turning out, but we are still utilizing old belief systems, old ways of doing things, the dis-ease, which created the issue to begin with. And we are trying to fix it by using the same old tools that are burnt out, dried out. They have infections, they have dis-ease in them, instead of applying something new, like changing the way you feel before you take action. And so if everybody could change the way they feel before they take action, then they could control how things turn out. So let's say you are battling sadness and you are battling depression. And if you were to change the way you felt about whatever it is that's causing that sadness or whatever it is that's causing that depression, you could change how sad and how depressed you are in your outer world. It would shift tremendously, but it takes you. I like to tell this to people quite often. I have learned and I have experienced people with mental health, dis-ease, right? And a lot of the times they think that someone else is supposed to save them. I was one of those people. We think that someone else is supposed to save us. We think that going to therapy, talking it out, getting our support system is going to save us. But just like those reality TV shows where you see these people going to these interventions with their family, right? And most of them are walking out like, this not for me, because it's you, that person, those people, you are the ones that have to heal yourselves first. You have to open yourself up and be vulnerable with yourself, right? To even consider the idea that you are the problem. And not to say that you are the problem, because what is the problem, right? Why is it a problem, right? But you have to ask yourself those questions. You cannot ask the world for the answers that are inside of you. You cannot ask the world to come fix something that you broke. You cannot ask the world to pick you up when you fall. You cannot ask the world and then expect the world to help you. The world is a divine reflection of exactly what everybody puts out into it, which is why there is so much chaos, so much dis-ease, so much disorder, right? Because of us. And we will always be fighting the fight because we put the energy of a fight into the actions that we desire to see a change. We will always be arguing and competing in sports, competition, because that is the energy that we are putting out before we take the actions. We will always be talking about mental health and mental dis-ease, because when we try to take any actions to heal, to release the waste and introduce something new, we bring forth energy of the past instead of bringing forth energy of the present, of exactly what we truly desire to see. So it starts with you. And it's gonna take you and me and everyone else. What kind of energy you coming with? Stop. How do you feel? Stop. Pause. Think about you. Reflect on you. Worry about you. And then start to focus on you. and release the worries and release the doubts and replace them with belief and replace them with faith in you, and be strong in you and be confident in you and love you, so that that can reflect back in your life. And then in turn, if we all do that, it can reflect back in our lives. And then in turn, if everyone does that, it can reflect back in our world. And we can see the change and be the change because we're actively doing the inner work. Be the change you desire to see. And if you actually don't know what you desire, stop trying to be the change. Stop trying to put yourself into so much stuff when you have not even figured out who you are yet, when you have not even healed who you are yet. I stopped trying to help people because I realized I'm not even ready to go into that field yet. I got shit I got to work out. I got stuff I got to heal. I got things I need to figure out. I don't even know who I am. How can I help you if I don't know me? So it took me years before I was like, okay, I can finally help somebody. But I didn't rush into it. The world may be in chaos, but that's because we are. That's because we are, as a whole, as a people, you know. Sadhguru made this post today, and basically he said, you know, we are one, you know, as a whole, as a unity, but it is the divide, you know, socially, that separates us, that creates this dis-ease, you know, because we are not all tapped in on the same energy source. We are not all riding the same wave when we could be if we all just started meditating within ourselves, honing in on ourselves, really being selfish. That's all it's going to take. You know, don't let society tell you that being selfish is something negative. It has nothing negative about it, unless that's the energy you come with. You know, you being petty, so you being selfish. Nah. Be grateful and be selfish, because it's going to take you and me and everybody else's self to get this world right. You want to help global warming? You want to save the animals? Come with some energy that's healed. Come with energy that's actually going to release the waste and introduce something new, new ideas, new beliefs, new ways of thinking, right? Because we all have a perspective. Is it a healthy perspective? That's the question we need to be asking. Are they healthy ideas? Those are the questions we need to be asking. Is this coming from a place of positive energy? Or are there some fears, right? Is there fear in here with jealous, confusion, with worry, with anxiety, with sadness, you know, with traumatic experiences? Is any of that energy blocking this from being successful, right? Because if we look at our life history, it's just been the same stuff over and over and over again. And you know, I was listening to Abraham Hicks, and this older gentleman had asked, why are you here now, Abraham Hicks, sharing this information, sharing how to, you know, live a better life and manifest your desires and really tap into yourself? Why now? And she's like, we've never been asked that before. And that's a great question. Now you're just hearing it. Now you're finally in the place to hear it, to accept it, to roll with it, right? Because the message has always been there. This way of life has always been there. We made ourselves spin out of control because we started with the advancements and the technology and always trying to be better and do better, right? But along the way, we lost sense of self, right? Because everything else started getting ahead of us. You can spend hours on Instagram, on social media, on your gadgets, on your phone, or computers, scrolling through, scrolling, right? Where's the time to talk to yourself? Where's the time to figure out who you are? Where's the time to heal all the things that you've been suppressing because you've been moving too fast, moving too quick, filling yourselves up with stuff that you don't even have any connections with? Where is the time? And why? Why is all these other things so much more important than working on you, than focusing on you? The inner healing is necessary. It's vital. It's essential. It's the most important piece to the puzzle, right? And we're only gonna see the change when we all choose self. Choose self. I'm pro self. I am pro self. I am pro self-healing, self-love, self-care, that inner work. Feel your pain, feel your emotional pain, feel your mental pain, right? Feel that pain and heal that pain. It needs work too. It needs attention too. It needs love too. Don't neglect it because you're scared, you're afraid. What is fear when love can prevail? Your support system is you. Somebody to help you is you. Take my advice. It's you. Trust me. It's you. Now, if you need words of encouragement, come find me. Message me in my inbox. Hit me up. I will motivate you. Do it. Absolutely do it. The balance of life, the balance of masculine and feminine energy, the understanding of yin and yang, the understanding of as above, so below. I am here for everybody. I am that balance that we need. And I'm here to tell you, if you tap into self, if you heal self, we will heal the world. Period. The time is now, like Kanye said. The time is now. Who cares what they think? Who cares what they gonna think if you start working on you? Who cares if you back out, you quit that job, you leave, you move across the country? Who cares? Do you? Do you? That's the topic of the day. People listen to me, and I realize that. People listen to me. So listen to me when I'm telling you. It's gonna take you to heal you so that we can heal. It's gonna take everybody's self. That's all I gotta say today. I am grateful for this conversation. I am grateful for this platform to be able to come on here and share what has been sourced through me, what has been downloaded in me. I do look forward to sharing more as it comes through. And I pray that this day for you is enlightening, is loving, and is peaceful. And that although the journey to self-love may feel like it's the hard way, once you actually begin it, it's easy. It's easy. It's easier than not doing anything that you actually truly desire to do. So stay beautiful, stay light, stay grateful. Peace.
Find out. Quit the pretend. Quit the pretend.